What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Gelbeauty-87 here, aka Grace, and it's time for another fragrance review. So you all know I did a live on the two fragrances I received from Noyz, Detour, and 12. So today we are going to do a wear test and comparison along with layering combos in this video. So if you like videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Y'all know I do a ton of fragrance content. I've done the Noyz body mist. I've done the numerology collection from Lake and Skye's first collection of body mist. I recently did the Sol de Janeiro Sundays in Rio fragrances, and I did the new Ariana Grande Love Notes Plum Vanilla fragrance. So if you like that sort of thing, this is definitely a place for you. If you like a good makeup video, I'm currently testing out the new Essence foundation stick. I did a video on the LYS new finishing powder and plumping lip balm. I also did a couple of videos on Tower 28. I'm currently wearing the Tower 28 blushes that I received in PR that I did the live on last week. So make sure you check those videos out. They should have popped up over my face so you'll know what the thumbnail looks like. Of course, y'all know I love a good eyeshadow video. I do a ton of eyeshadow content here on my channel. We just started off the BH Cosmetics eyeshadow videos this week as well, if I remember correctly. And I'm so excited about those. So I hope you all are excited about all the content that is to come. Finally, if you like a good fashion video, make sure you head on over to my fashion channel. That's Fashion with Gelbeauty-87. If you're wondering where the fashion shorts went, that's where they went, to the fashion channel. I do polls over there, and I do long form videos every week for those who are interested in the thought process behind my looks and my layering pieces. You can head on over there and check that out. And in the polls, you actually get to help me pick out what videos are coming up for future content on the channel. So make sure you head on over there and subscribe and check it out. Now let's get into this video. So Noyz's fragrances retail for $85 and they're 1.69 ounces, if I remember correctly. I should have the notes pop up over here. If I don't, I will read them off just in case. So my favorite one of the two initially was Detour, and Detour has the notes of Spanish Mandarin and apple blossom as the top notes. Then the middle notes are gardenia bloom and jasmine petals, and then the base notes are, of course, skin musk and vanilla, which is what gives it that nice, you know, your skin but better vibe, the skin musk. And of course, y'all know I live for a vanilla, so of course this was my favorite one just to start off with. I did get 12 a.m. though, or it's just 12. I don't know if it's supposed to be 12 a.m. p.m., but it just says 12. But I got this one because I thought it would definitely be unique to my collection. So the top notes of this are Australian pink pepper and jasmine petals, and the middle notes are raspberry and creamy blonde woods, and then the base notes are ambrox and sugar spun. So I can definitely smell the pink pepper in here, the raspberry, and the blonde along with the ambrox. I don't really smell that much of the spun sugar, but I felt like this would be a unique fragrance for my collection, especially when fall comes. I'd like to have some nice fruity scents, but I feel like this is more like a fruity woodsy scent that would be good for fall and wintertime. So that's why I picked this one, since they let me pick two of my own. However, I will say they have this one called Unmuted that I feel like you would really enjoy and love. And if you like Sol de Janeiro's number 40, the body mist, it smells like a perfume version of that. So if you like Sol de Janeiro's number 40, make sure you pick up that fragrance, because it's definitely going to have more longevity than that one will, because it is a perfume and not a body mist. So I definitely recommend that one. Unfortunately, they did not have it in stock when I ordered my stuff, so I was unable to pick it up, but I do plan on picking it up in the future because it definitely smells amazing. And I really like their body mist as well. Like the honey one and the salt one were my personal favorites. I feel like the salt one would actually go really good with this fragrance here, Detour. I feel like they could possibly be a nice match. Don't quote me because I haven't smelled salt in a little bit, but I really did enjoy their body mist, which has made me excited about the fragrances, and then they were so kind and sent these over, so thank you to them. So we're gonna get into Detour. I might have to put it in more than one place because I want to do more than one layer combo. So I think we'll start like this will be one arm and this will be the other arm, so that way if I want to spray another combination on each side, I'll know which arm is which. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna start with Detour. We're gonna put it right here and right here and right here. But I really loved the way this one smelled. I know Alicia told me she liked one called, well, it's called a curse word, but it's called Shitty Day. And she said that one smelled really nice. So when I went in Ulta stores I meant to smell it, but I was in a rush because I had something to do, because I'm always in a rush. But I promised Elysian over the weekend when I go to visit my mom, since there's Ulta around the corner from her house, I will go smell the one that you like and see how I feel about it. But now let's put 12 on. So again, we're going right here. So with this one, I have to go a little lower, as you see, because I have all this stuff on my right arm. Then we put it right here. Then of course we have to put it up here. So these are all the ones I truly adoring. As you can hear, someone's calling me even though I'm filming. So obviously we're not gonna answer that. But yeah, I pulled quite a few fragrances I thought would go good with this. So I have when it comes to Detour over here, since that one has already dried down a little bit. Of course, y'all know I pulled MIIC Snif. I just feel like MIIC from Snif is so underrated. This is one of my all-time favorite Your Skin But Better fragrances. I have been waiting for them to come out with a Your Skin But Better fragrance, and they did not disappoint with this fragrance, MIIC. You can use code GRACE10 to purchase anything from Snif's website. I always recommend Snif's website over Ulta, just because they give you reward points that equal money for you to be able to purchase off their website. Not to mention you get 10% off by using my code. And then if you like a certain fragrance, like my girl Janessa here does with Soda Snob, you can join the subscription and get a 10% discount, and then they'll send it to you so you don't have to worry about constantly rebuying it and waiting for it to show up. So that's the benefits of Snif's website, and that's why I always mention it. But I definitely want to layer it with MIIC from Snif, so I'm gonna put that one right here. But on its own, it just kind of, it smells like a mixture of Soft Spot from Fleur with You Remind Me from Jackie Aina, because hers has that more like peachy note in it, and that apple kind of gives me the similar vibes of the peach. So I definitely feel like You Remind Me could go really nicely with this. But I want to try it with MIIC, so we're going to go ahead and put it with MIIC. I might try it with You Remind Me up here. We'll have to see, because I have a couple other fragrances in here I think it might go nicely with, and I, you know, want to try those out. But we'll start right here with MIIC. Like I said, it would go really well with this one called Soft Spot as well from Fleur. As you can see, I've been using this quite a bit, but since I have a the Jackie Aina one that's similar to this one, I have not bought a full size yet. I'll probably buy a full size during Black Friday if they have a good sale, because I do love a good Fleur fragrance, and this is one of my favorite go-to Your Skin But Betters. But because I have some couple of other ones, I'm trying to hold off on it. But I do really enjoy this. Like I said, it gives similar vibes to the one we're talking about now with the notes that are in it. They should have popped up over here. But I really, when I'm in a rush and don't have that much time on my hands, I love to put on a Your Skin But Better fragrance. So, so then we have, well, let me talk about the one I just talked about, or said I would talk about, the Forever Mood You Remind Me. I definitely feel like this will go really nicely with this fragrance. In the live, I did layer it with Maldives in a bottle from Kylie, and it smelled amazing with that as well. So you all have already seen me layer it with this one, so that's why I kind of like don't want to do it again. Although I am curious to see how the wear is. I might just tell you all in the future how the wear was with this, because I definitely do plan on combining it with this. But as of right now, I'm just gonna kind of stick to, you know, possibly doing it with You Remind Me, because I am intrigued to see how the peach and the apple are going to go together. However, I'm not really a huge fan of the Wedding Silk Santel from Kylie. Unpopular opinion, I know, because they brought it back just because people missed and loved it so much and bought backups of it. But I did really like it with Detour from Noyz, so I'm thinking I want to put it on with that and then wear them and see how that wear test works out for me, because I really am not a huge fan of this, and it's like I know I like this one and I know I like the Maldives one. So I will tell you all about how these wear in the future, but I am going to pair it with Wedding Silk Satin. Hopefully I had some notes pop up over there, because I hate when I love a brand and I don't necessarily have a fragrance that I really love to match with it. So that is how I felt when it came to Wedding Silk Satin, and that's how I felt when it came to Brown Girl Jane's L'Amour. If you know me, you know, like, I love Brown Girl Jane, but L'Amour was not doing it for me at all, so I had to find something to pair with. I found a couple of things since to pair with it, which I'm excited about. One thing you'll see in the future live I'm doing with Brown Girl Jane, I think it might have already gone up this week. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me, but I feel like it has already gone up. Let's see how it smells with me now. Okay, so it's giving a nice balance like I thought it would. I feel like MIIC added a little bit more soft fruitiness, because if I remember correctly, MIIC has peach in it as well. That's another reason I was okay with not doing the Jackie Aina one, because a lot of the Your Skin But Better fragrances I noticed have like certain floral notes, and they'll have like a nice soft peach scent to it, and MIIC is definitely giving it for me combined with this. They smell amazing together. They kind of smell like a little bit like You Remind Me, but a little more earthier, if you will. Let's see how it smells with Silk Satin. Okay, so I definitely like it better with the Silk Satin one. I don't know, it's giving like a little extra added element. However, I feel like I'm not smelling as much of the apple with it now that I added it with Silk Satin. So just something to keep in mind. It might drain out the apple a little bit, but we can let it dry a little bit more. It's only been on for a couple of minutes. Let's get into this side now and talk about the things I compare with it, because I have way more that I can pair with 12 AM than I do with the Detour fragrance, just because I feel like Detour is a pretty simple fragrance and I don't feel like it needs to have much added to it, whereas I feel like 12 is more complex and it's certain elements and certain smell I want it to have. So I'll talk about one that I didn't talk about in the live, because a few of these I talked about in the live and there's a couple I didn't. So I want to touch on the ones that I didn't in the live, because I feel like this is getting a little long and you can go check out the live for those other ones. But I have Juice from Commodity. I feel like this could go really good with this fragrance, so we're definitely gonna have to try it out with this. I love the way this smells. I feel like this would go really good with Crumb Couture from Snif too, if anyone was curious, because I feel like sometimes you don't smell all the berry that you want to smell in there, and this is definitely a berry fragrance. So I feel like this will go nicely with it. So I'm going to put Juice Commodity on with this. I should have had all the notes pop up on the side, especially because this is a travel size and I don't have one to show. But yeah, this is definitely a nice berry scent to it, and I feel like it's like kind of a raspberry-ish, like jamish type scent, and I feel like it'll just accent the raspberry in here and pull more of that out as opposed to more of the woodsy scent that I smell in it. Then I pulled Cherry Ambition from the 7 Virtues. It's a nice smoky cherry, and I really enjoy a nice smoky cherry, and I feel like a nice smoky cherry would go nice with this, especially to turn this from like kind of like not necessarily a daytime fragrance, but kind of amp it up and give it more of a smoky effect for the nighttime, more of that mysterious type scent. I feel like Cherry Ambition would really be good as that. And this is a good alternative to Love Fest Burning Cherry from Kylie, if you were interested, because I think this one might be a little bit less than that one. If you're budgeting and you want a similar scent, don't quote me. It's not like a whole lot less, but it's still, I think, a little less than that. And on their website, they have bundles where you can buy the big one and the small one for a pretty decent amount. So just something to think about if you were interested. But I kind of want to put this with it. However, I did really want to try it with Juicy Eden Apple from Kylie as well. I talked about this in the live and I said I wanted to try it with this. So I'm trying to debate if I want to put it with this one or if I want to put it with Cherry Ambitions. However, since I already told you all about this one and told you I thought it would be good for it, and I hadn't talked about this at all, I figured it would be a better idea to possibly put this one with it. So I think I will. Now we're going to put on the Cherry Ambition up here, and then we'll check back on Silk Satin and check on this one. I should have sprayed this while I was talking all that time, so then that way, like, this one would already been on and we've been done a little quicker, because I still have to film a whole 2 more eye looks and edit them today. So I'm like, goodness. Anyway, let me see how it smells with Silk Satin. Okay, so I definitely like it with Silk Satin. I don't feel like Silk Satin added much to it though, but they do have a couple of similar notes, so that might be why I didn't add as much as I wanted. But at least I like it now as opposed to not being a fan of it, because before I wasn't feeling it. I heard it would be a good idea to mix Silk Satin with You Remind Me from Forever Mood as well, so I'm going to try out that combination. I think I had that in one of my weeks to try it out, so you all will have seen that ahead of time, and I might have tried it then, or it might be the week I'm supposed to try it and you'll be seeing it then. I'm not exactly sure, but let's see how it smells with Juice from Commodity. So I'm really loving it with Juice from Commodity. I feel like Juice is bringing out more and more of that raspberry, and it's not giving it as much of that like smokiness and the ambrox and the pink pepper that I was getting essentially. So I definitely am loving 12 AM with Juice's Commodity. I would even get a full-size Juice Commodity just to pair with this, because I like the combination that much. It's really nice, sweet berry, but still has a little bit of smokiness to it. And it smells kind of like a fresh raspberry type juice, if you will. It's really just giving me everything, and I'm super excited about the combination. So that's probably my favorite combination so far that I've tried with it, along with Fleur Majesty from from Kylie. Let's see how this smells now. I really like it with the Cherry Ambitions as well. So that means I'll probably like it with Love Fest Burning Cherry as well, since I like it with that combination. But yeah, I'm really enjoying these combinations so far. It is like 2 o'clock now, so I will check in with you all at 10 o'clock. But so far, I'm liking all the combinations I did. Oh, and the fragrance on its own, it has that raspberry scent too, but I just feel like a lot of the wood and the peppers, the ambrox and the peppers coming out as opposed to the raspberry like I wanted. So Juice Commodity just brings out the extra raspberry in it that I really enjoy. So I'm loving it with that. I knew I would have some stuff in my collection that I felt like would go good with it, and that's why I was willing to take the risk on it since they didn't have unmuted. But I will talk to you all later on because I've been sitting here long enough giving you a whole bunch of layering combos. I hope you enjoyed. I usually don't do them this long, but because I had 2 fragrances and so many wonderful layering combinations, and I know everybody doesn't like to watch lives, I wanted to give you extensive information on why I thought each fragrance would go good with the other one. But I'll talk to you later. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. It's the end of the night. If you're curious what's going on with my eyes, this is one of your BH Cosmetics looks. I tried to do like a wannabe like Bomb Pop look. Y'all know the Bomb Pop is like white and red and blue, and then I threw in this gold just because I thought it'd be fun. So that's what I'm working with. This is the first look of the series, so I'm going to do 4 days of the travel palettes with just one regular video, and then I'm going to do like literally 7 days worth of the food palettes. So you'll get a video every single day because I have 7 palettes that I want to get like the series out the way for those next 2 weeks. So that is what we will be doing. And then I have some other series already pre-filmed just in case I get busy or backed up doing other things. But back to what we're here for. So remember, we have, what is it? We have Detour on this side of the arm. And then we have 12 on this side of the arm. So let's see how Detour smells on its own at the end of the night. Now, keep in mind, I am a little bit late. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be back here at 9 o'clock and it's like 10:30. So if it is worse than it should be, I am already an hour and a half late, because I was editing something and then time got away from me as it normally does. Okay, so I don't smell Detour anymore on this side of my arm, at least where I sprayed it down here. Let's see if I can smell it with the mixtures. Okay, so I still smell it mixed with me and it smells amazing. Although I feel like I smell a little bit more of me than I do of Detour, just something to keep in mind. But it could be just because I sprayed me on top of Detour. But it definitely is an amazing combination and I'm loving it. Let's see how it smells with Silk Satin. With this one, I feel like I don't really smell too much of anything either, but I know after a certain amount of time, Kylie like stops wearing on me. Crazy thing is I can still smell it up here with Cherry Ambition from the 7 Virtues. At least I smell Cherry Ambition from the 7 Virtues. Let's see. Yeah, so I can still smell the combination of it with Cherry Ambition from the 7 Virtues up here, and it smells amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Let's see how it smells on its own. Okay, so I smell like this much of a faint hint of it on its own, but whereas with Detour, it's completely gone now. But again, I've had this on for like 8.5 hours now. Sorry, no, I think 9.5 hours now. So I don't expect it to like be very potent. I'm shocked it's as potent as it is with Cherry Ambition. So that lasting powder is insane. And then it smells really nice with Juice's Commodity. So it smells really good with the combinations, but like on its own, it has drifted down kind of quite a bit, I should say. So I really enjoy those combinations. In the future, I will be trying it with the ones we talked about in the live and the ones I showed in this video a little on. I know this was a longer one than usual, but that's because I had 2 fragrances to go through and lots of combinations I had thought of that I felt like you would be interested in before we got to the ones that we actually wore in today's video. So I'm trying to cut it short and sweet here. I would say the lasting power of these is probably like in the 6-hour mark before they started dwindling down, and combined with other fragrances that make it last longer, it can last for 9. As you can see, I told you all I could still smell it with Juice's Commodity, and I can still smell it with the 7 Virtues Cherry Ambition. So it would last probably about to the 6-hour mark, kind of like Snif does for me and Kylie normally, and then it kind of starts drifting down and you would have to reapply. Normally I am an oversprayer, so normally it would have smelled fine on me still now, because I like to overspray. Like I'll do 4 sprays instead of like 2 sprays per side, and all around everywhere I spray 4 on each side of the body to make sure it lasts. But in these videos I try to do 2, just because I do keep in mind that everybody doesn't want to overspray and some people have sensitivity to scent, like my bestie Dion loves makeup. That's why I always just try to stick to the 2 minimum when I am trying out a fragrance, and then once I get my feel for it on my own time, then I'll spray however much I choose to. But yeah, so my favorite between the 2 would probably be Detour if I'm just gonna wear it on its own, and then like my favorite mixing combos were definitely 12. So if you like a more fruity woody scent, I feel like you'll like 12. And then I feel like if you like more of a your skin but better vibe, then I think you would like Detour. But those are my thoughts. Again, like I told you all, if you want a perfume version of Cerezo 40 from Sol de Janeiro, then you should buy Noyz's Unmute. It smells exactly the same. Pretty much, it has a slight difference to it, but overall it gives the general premise of Cerezo 40, and it's a perfume version, so obviously it will last longer than the body mist. So those are my thoughts on the brand. I really enjoyed these fragrances. Thank you again to them for sending them to me. I'm going to get my hands on Unmuted before the year is up, hopefully along with the honey body mist and the salty body spray. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Remember, you all are diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. My membership is down below if you want to see more exclusive content from me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.